Traffic is also traveling wonderfully on the 14 northbound, and that is how you get to the Lancaster Performing Arts Center.
It is.
And joining me in studio, a very special guest, Theresa Yvonne. And I've emailed you several times.
You have.
And I think we've spoken on the phone a few times.
We have.
And now we both see each other.
I'm here.
So, yeah, well, this is great stuff. So, Theresa Yvonne, she is the Performing Arts Manager over at the Lancaster Performing Arts Center. You can get more info at LPAC.org. That's LPAC.org. Or you can keep listening to this interview.
That too.
We will get you some more information. So, this is what I want to start with. We got a couple minutes with you, a couple segments with you. So I wanted to ask you maybe a little bit of history. I know that 1989-ish is when we got the Performing Arts Center.
That is correct. It's 758 seats in the main hall. We have an orchestra and a balcony. There really is not a bad seat in the house. It's a very intimate space. It's very live.
Nice.
So in sound terms, of course, that means that the acoustics are really good. So we don't have to over-amplify anything. It's a very, very nice house, and we've taken very good care of it. We just 3 years ago when I first got here, we replaced all the seats. So now we have beautiful velvet plush cushion seats that are very comfortable. We have new curtains, so we're kind of, I call her the grandma house. We're taking care of her. Taking care of her, replacing a few things that are a little old because 1989 was a while ago. But we've got a new purple stripe on the front of the building, and we're just going to keep going. So
awesome! So that's awesome stuff. And I want to ask you, how did you get involved with the Performing Arts Center?
I actually came from Northern California.
Okay.
So I opened the Grand Theater Center for the Arts up in Tracy, California.
Okay, I know Tracy.
Tracy. Yeah.
Okay, I know of Tracy, California.
Yeah, so I opened their new theater. It was actually a 1923 redo.
Wow.
Theater, and I opened that facility. And then Tracy, unfortunately, is one of those cities that's not financially stable. I hate to say that, but there's a lot of them out there that are having a tough time.
Okay,
it's tough economic times, and the position opened up in Lancaster, and I applied. And I got it. Yeah, I have to tell a tale about that. So I came down the night before my interview, and I was walking downtown, and this was before the whole redo of downtown, because downtown's been redone, and it's phenomenal now. And so I was walking around, checking it out, where the theater was, So at my interview, I said, well, I was here downtown last night. And they were like, by yourself?
Yeah, that's
about that.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't know I shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
Now.
A little bit different now.
Now. Oh my gosh, it's phenomenal. There's restaurants, there's, candy store. My son knows where the candy store is,
of course,
where the favorite restaurant is. There's the Museum of Art and History,
nice,
which is kitty corner from us. She's our sister building. And then, of course, there's a playground in front and back. So, like, my 9-year-old knows exactly where to go downtown.
All the hot spots.
Yeah, he knows the hot spots.
Are you, so how did you get involved in theater? Did you kind of fall into it, or did you want to be an actress?
I am an old theater kid.
Okay.
You kind of nailed it there. I'm an old theater kid. I started in high school probably, and I was an actor, performer, and then I went off to college, and I also studied costumes. I'm telling everybody I know how to sew. That's a really dangerous thing.
That's tough.
It's like telling people you know how to type.
Yeah. Or telling people that you have a truck.
Yeah,
and then
that's exactly.
They just call you all the time if you have to move. Yeah.
So I studied theater in college, and then I worked at the Sacramento Theater Company, which is still there in downtown Sacramento. That's where I went to school. And just kind of went from there, kept going. And long story, but I grew up in the Reading area, and I used to go to Ashland all the time. And there was a job description that was for Ashland Oregon Shakespeare Festival. It's a phenomenal place. So I was reading the job description. I was like, oh, that's me. That is so me. That is so me. And then it said master's degree required. And I was like, oh. So I went back to school and got my master's degree in business.
Nice.
So I have both. I was artistic director for Reading Community Theater Company.
So Theresa, you can literally do anything. Yeah. Okay.
Almost.
Yeah. We'll say that.
Almost.
Yeah. There's nothing you can't do. You can't even think of things.
I can't run rail anymore.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I leave that to the guys backstage. Okay. My men in black, as I call them. There's some things backstage I don't do anymore, but
you could.
I used to be able to walk a ladder across the stage if I needed to. So.
Wow. All right. So we're going to take a break, okay? We're going to take a break, and we're going to talk about next. I want to talk about the shows we have coming up. Tons of shows coming up at
awesome
LPAC.
Shows.
And also, I want to ask you about the process. Like, how do the shows get there? So I'm going to ask you about that next. Because I don't know. And I want to know. Coming up next. Theresa Yvonne, Performing Arts Manager over at LPAC. LPAC.org for more information. More with you coming up next. AM 1220 KHTS.
AM 1220 KHTS.
Had some bills to pay there. We are back with Theresa Yvonne, Performing Arts Manager over at the Lancaster Performing Arts Center. More information at lpac.org, but some awesome shows coming up.
We have awesome shows.
Really great shows coming up, and including right around the corner, MC Hammer is coming up.
Go Hammer, go Hammer, go.
Oh, there he is.
Go Hammer, go.
Stop.
It's the Vicodin talking.
Stop.
Sorry.
It's hammer time.
Oh, got it.
It's hammer time.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you, you can get a full list of these at lpac.org, of course.
You can.
What are some of the ones that, well, I know you're excited about all of them, I'm sure. I'm going to ask you this first. How do you get these shows to the Lancaster Performing Arts Center?
Well, basically, we're a presenting house. So I go to some presenting conferences. And in fact, the Western Arts Alliance is coming up at the end of August. So I'm already looking at booking 14, 15.
Oh, okay.
So our season runs usually from September to June. So this year's obviously, September 13 to June of 14. And I'm already looking at September of 14 to June of 15, believe it or not. So we go to these conferences, and there's agents there, and they have artists that they're booking, and there's also what we call showcasing. So you get to go and watch an artist for about 20, 30 minutes.
Cool.
And they have a stage you'll go to the dance showcase, and it'll be just nothing but dance performers, and they come on and off. And you get to watch them and take notes, and it's a little like wine tasting, only it's, artist tasting, so to speak. And then we go to APAP, which is in New York, every year. And that's kind of where some of the bigger agents are at. So that's where, like MC Hammer, Martin Short, they're with bigger agents. The Western Arts Alliance is usually some of the agents that are touring here on the West Coast.
And you go there and you say, I want this one, so you put a bid on it, or how does that
Kind
work?
of. There's a negotiation process.
Okay.
So basically you say, okay, MC Hammer, how much is he? Oh, he's this much. Oh, that's a little much. And so it's a negotiation process back and forth. And then there's also the tech writer, which is short for technical writer.
Okay.
So that can bite you in the back end sometimes. So sometimes they're not so much, and then you go and read the tech writer, and it's like, okay, but we need, all these kind of lights, and we need this kind of sound, and like none of your house equipment meets their tech writer.
Okay.
So then you have to negotiate that part of it. Okay, so I know you want, let's say, intelligent lighting, because that's the stuff that moves. And It's really, really cool, and I wish we had it. But we don't have it. So, do you really need the intelligent lighting? How much of it do you really need? If we rent 6 of them instead of 16, can that get us where we need to be?
Does that fall into the category of, my artist needs a bowl of nothing but brown M&Ms? Does that fall
let
into
me
that?
explain that to you. You know what that's really about?
No, please.
That's what this is really about. So my artist needs nothing but green M&Ms. They don't really care about the M&Ms. It means you read the tech writer.
Oh, okay.
Because if they walk in and there's all the M&Ms in a bowl and they've specifically asked for green, what have you missed on the sound list?
Okay.
And what have you missed on the lighting list that is infinitely more important than
Nothing.
the M&Ms?
Absolutely nothing.
But it means that you've read it.
Yeah.
Because and it's a telltale sign that you've read it.
Well,
because
there
if
you
you
have it.
have read it, then hospitality buys the bag of green M&Ms and puts them in a bowl.
Look at that. There you have it.
I never got my green M&M's. Jelly man.
So we got tons of good shows. We got about 2 more minutes here.
Oh my goodness.
So what are some of the
we got
shows?
it.
I know of course you can go to lpac.org and see this whole list. And we'll have links on Hometown Station. This interview will be up on YouTube as well.
Yes.
But what do we got coming up more recently here at the
Obviously, we're
Lancaster
kicking
Performing Arts
off the season September 6th, Friday night, with MC Hammer. Get out your parachute
Center? Yeah,
pants.
no kidding.
Yeah.
And you're going to pull out your parachute pants.
I actually used to have a pair.
Okay, so we used to have a pair. Yeah, of course.
But I could whip up a pair if I really wanted to. He's awesome. So he's going to be there. Following that, we have Missoula Children's Theater coming to do Blackbeard. And that's with local kids.
Awesome.
Audition. So that's an awesome thing to have.
Okay.
We have AV Jazz Horizons coming. That's in the black box. So we allow you to drink wine in there, just so everybody knows.
Okay.
Nice little jazz night. And then following that is direct from Budapest. We have the Hungarian State Folk Ensemble.
So that's
an
what we have.
85-member dance
Good
troupe.
grief.
It's phenomenal.
So that's what we
Absolutely
have
phenomenal.
coming up in September. We only have like 30 more seconds. So this is what I want to do.
Okay.
Okay. I need you to call back or come back, and we need to do this like a monthly thing.
Okay.
And I think maybe we could work that out with Carl, but I think we should do that every month and just say what's coming up.
I'd be happy to
at
do
LPAC.
that.
So
I would be happy.
Plus, I like visiting with you. So
Well, thank you.
there you have it. LPAC.org for more information, of course.
And
Or
you can also call.
Oh, please.
Box office is open from noon to 6. So you can call and they will take excellent care of you, walk you through the whole process. Because it's not too late. Like if you find 4 or 5 shows in the website that you like, if you buy 6, you get a discount.
Excellent. Okay.
So you want to call at 661-723-5950.
723-5920. 50. Well, I just
5950.
5950. There it
Yes.
is.